Hey guys, what's up? It's Sir William here, and the time has come where it's time now to pack up the 4Runner and get it ready for hashtag USA on Dirt. Wanted to make a quick video here to show you guys everything that I'm going to be bringing with us, so check it out. So yeah, the first thing that we're looking at here is this is the 𝗬𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒈 fridge. I got this from truckfridgeusa.com. Great people there. I highly recommend them if you're looking to purchase anything like this. And let me tell you something, this is a game changer. Last year, whenever I took a similar trip, I had a little $100 Cooltronics cooler thing that I got off of Amazon, and I would have been better off with a $27 cooler than taking that thing. But this right here, this is a game changer. It is a fridge, and it goes down below freezing, so if I needed it to be a freezer, I think that it could be a freezer, but I use it as a fridge. I think that it's 50 liters. It's got a nice little divider in there, nice little light. It's strapped down right now. I'm not going to unstrap it just because there's no need to, but 𝗬𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒈 fridge, look it up, great fridge. Comes with a 1-year warranty. Truck Fridge USA, those folks are phenomenal. I called them up, they answered any questions I had. They were able to get the shipping out to me within the same week. I mean, it was really phenomenal. So Truck Fridge USA, these guys are great. Go check them out. So the first thing I want to focus on is some of the things that are going to go underneath the cargo tray in the 4Runner. The first thing is just a pile of papers there. This is just some old newspapers and everything that I'm going to take with us. You never know whenever you need something to start a fire, and that stuff will help out. I'm bringing the big shovel as you saw in the other videos, but I'm also going to bring my trusty little shovel. Again, it's nice having the little shovel too, just as well. On the table here that you see, I've got the battery charger for the rechargeable AA batteries that I use for the Garmin GPS, and one side's actually not working, so I'll have to try to figure that out, but I think I might be able to get away with just using the other side that does work. I've got some camp wash and shampoo that I'm bringing with me, so we'll see how that goes. I've also got bug wipes. As you can see, or as you will see, I'm out on dealing with bugs. So I've got 2 packs of bug wipes here. Those are from Avon. Let me get over here so you can see the brand. Avon actually makes these. Highly recommended. And I think it comes with 8 towelettes, but you can cut those down into halves or fourths and use them pretty good. I've got an LED flashlight there, pretty heavy duty with 3 different settings. I've got an emergency poncho just in case we need that. And then I've got, and again, right here, I've got some toilet paper, of course, and that will stay out and readily available in the back of the truck. I've got some more packed away, but that'll stay out and readily available, as well as the duct tape will stay out and readily available. And the some more bug spray right there. And then another little bug spray. That one on the left stinks awful, but that bug guard does not. That Avon bug guard smells pretty good. The fork, the little utensil set just needs to be set in my kitchen box, which you'll see in just a second. First aid kit, obviously, that needs to be accessible. And then a tent setup kit, which is going to be also set into another bin. Another thing I keep readily available is plastic bags, just because you never know whenever you're going to need a plastic bag. Also up underneath the cargo deck is, I'm going to carry these this pair of channel locks here. One of them is for the solar shower. The other one, you never know whenever you're going to need it. And then also up underneath the cargo deck is going to be the hose and the spigot deal for the solar shower as well. Readily available as well is going to be my tire repair kit. That will be able to be accessible very easily. And the reason is because experience has showed me that whenever you do have a puncture and you do hear it, you've got a minimal amount of time before you can get out and actually plug that hole. So that's a tire plug set there. Let me kind of show you the inside because it is pretty good. This is courtesy of JR's Automotive in Lexington, South Carolina. As I said, JR's Automotive has helped me out many different ways for this trip, getting the truck mechanically prepared and everything like that. And this is a kit that JR's Automotive has provided me to help me along with the trip. So thank you, JR's Automotive. While we're on the subject of recovery, I have a Rhino strap here. This Rhino strap is rated at 30-some-odd thousand pounds. This is a snatch strap. That can be used to pull me out of emergency. I got a bag of straps here, And it's got all kinds of different assorted straps in there, ratchet straps, small and large. I use most of the time for my bike, but you never know whenever you're gonna need a bag of straps. On recovery, I have a come along. This is a 4-ton power pooler. The last trip I took, I brought a come along and used it twice and broke it. Hopefully this one lasts a little bit longer. These are the recovery boards that I'm taking with me. Got these from Amazon. These are cheap. These are right under 120 or 130 bucks, something like that. And they got pretty good reviews online, and hopefully I don't have to review them, but in case I do, they're here with us. Right here, this is also going to be underneath the cargo deck. This is a 13-inch handsaw, and I actually watched a YouTube video with a couple that tried this thing out, and they were able to cut a 5-inch tree in like 13 seconds. No brainer. I went ahead and picked up one of these, so hopefully we don't have to use it, but if we do have to use it, then it's there. This is the machete that I'm going to be bringing with me. Again, it's got a serrated tooth edge on the other side for sawing, but mostly be used as a machete. I'm going to sharpen that up before we leave and bring that with us too. This will go in the little compartment between the sliding rear cargo deck and the rear seats in the Toyota 4Runner. If you're equipped with the sliding rear cargo deck, there's a little compartment right there that fits pretty nicely into. Okay, so I have 3 Plano boxes, as you can see here, 2 large ones and 1 small one. And the way that I've got this broke down is this is the kitchen setup. On the big one is the kitchen setup. The small one is dry goods like foods and spices and so on and so forth. And then this is the camp setup. So inside that large one there, I have our sleeping bags. And that's how I have them broken down as far as the Plano boxes are concerned. Let me show you on the inside of them. Okay, so down here, first we have, in the very bottom, we have a cast iron griddle, flat on one side and then grilled on the other, slotted on the other for like grilling. Then I have a large spatula. I got a pair of tongs. Down there in the right-hand corner, I've got 2 nylon straps. I'm hoping that I can put up my little hammock that I'm bringing with me with those. On the left-hand side over here, you got a one-person mess kit, which works well for Christy and I. And then I've got a whole pack of 𝗬𝒐𝒂𝒏𝒈 batteries, about like 100 batteries for pretty cheap last year's trip, and haven't even touched them hardly, so I got that. Then I've got these lanterns right here, are fantastic. Highly recommend them. And hopefully I can get a link working to where you can get some of these lanterns, because I wholeheartedly believe in these things here. These like pull out. Let me show you how they pull out here. Yeah, so just like that, and it's an LED lantern. It takes 4 AA batteries, and I tell you, those things are a lifesaver. They're very nice to have. Then I've got this little cooking like cup type pot thing. Then I've got a cast iron skillet. Of course, I've got to have some toilet paper. And then I've got some gear ties, just in case, you need them. And what else do I have? I got some, like, random rope down there, just in case I need it. Mosquito head net. This is to keep the gnats and mosquitoes out of my face and off of our head. I've got one for myself, and then also one for Christy down there. What else do we have here? These propane bottles. So allow me to go on my rant real quick. And and Ace Hardware's got nothing to do with it. That just happens to be the brand of that specific one. I hate these things. I think these are the most wasteful deals that you could possibly have. So they don't want you to refill them, and it's actually against federal law to transport those that have been refilled. Yeah, if you read the label there, it's actually against federal law. But this is the most wasteful thing that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, we get done with these, there's no way to refill them, and then you have to dispose of them. God knows where you have to dispose of them. I'm sure people are just throwing them in the trash, but these things are awful. I hate having to use these. I bought this right here in an attempt to not have to use those. That converts it to a regular propane tank. Now, let me tell you what the issue was with that. The issue I found with that is a 5-pound propane tank, which works perfect to bring along with us on camping trips and for this trail and all. 5-pound works great, but the problem is it's $60 to $70 for a 5-pound tank. That to me is astronomical and ridiculous. A 20-pound tank costs 30 bucks. So for a 5-pound tank, it's double the amount of a 20-pound tank, and it just does not make sense. So I can't bring myself to buy a $60 5-pound tank. Instead, I'm stuck having to use this extremely wasteful system of, disposable propane canisters. End of rant. All right, so of course you have to have your silverware or eating utensils or fighting tools, I like to call them. We're going to put those right down in there. Well, got those nice and tucked away there. Fire sticks, these things right here will help you start up a fire. Gotta have those. Put those right down in there. Keep all your eggs in one basket, Regardless of what anybody says, this is probably the most important must-have of the whole entire trip. A percolator. We have to have coffee, folks. Have to. It's a non-negotiable. Magic potato peeler. A must-have. Little tent setup right there, a little tent bag rather, throw that in there too. That's going to help us set up the tent. Comes with some additional stakes just in case you lose all the stakes for your tent or you need better stakes. A little hammer to pound them down in there, and then a little broom to sweep up the place. So nice little tent set there. Trusty Coleman 2-burner stove. This thing was like 50 bucks, and man, it's the greatest thing ever. It just works. It's very simple. It's just, it works. So could it be better? Absolutely. The only complaint that I have, and I think this is what separates a really expensive one versus this little cheap one that I have, is the the regulator, the between the high, low, medium settings. Those could be a little bit better, and perhaps I could spend $200 on one and it be better. But this thing works just phenomenal for the price. More plastic bags, and I put those on top of the Coleman so that way whenever I put the lid on to the kitchen plano here, it'll actually kind of keep everything tight without it having to rattle. If you guys don't remember or didn't watch the last videos, I cannot stand a rattle. That's it for the kitchen plano. Now let's move on. So in this one I have Chrissy's sleeping bag as well as her pillow, which is a little travel pillow, same as one of these. Mine's orange, I think hers is pink. And then I have my sleeping bag, which was donated by Kevin Austin. This is a United States military sleeping bag. It is lightweight. I don't think that we're going to need our heavy one, so hopefully this one will do. I'm also bringing along with us this little hammock that I got. This is a generic hammock. This is not one of the high dollar ones that you buy. I think this thing cost me like 20 bucks on Facebook or something. I don't know. Another one of my lamps here. Again, I highly recommend these lamps. Again, hopefully I can get a link working for you guys so that way you can just click down there and get the link. And that's it for the sleeping plano or tent plano. So now let's take a look at the last and final plano, which is going to be the dry goods / food plano. Puma's all up in my business because he knows that I'm leaving. And he's not too happy about it. Anyway. So this is the dry foods or dry goods / foods plano. As you can see, I got a roll of paper towels, which is a must. I got this little bread buddy down here. It keeps bread from being smushed. I got some, looks like I got some oatmeal. I got some pasta, some peanut butter down there. And let's see what else. Oh, some soap back here, some Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce. I don't know if you ever had any of that, but that stuff's phenomenal. I got these gloves right here. These are for heat, so that way you don't burn yourself on anything. Figured I could use those in some way, shape, or form. Down there, I've got some, some random spices and whatnot. This is my favorite, though. Taco seasoning. I literally put that shit on everything. This is good, and you can't always find it in that big bottle like that, but my mom was actually able to get that for me from North Carolina. And I got some Pam olive oil cooking spray. Keep things from sticking and fry stuff up. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Now, we'll fill this up. The plan is whenever we leave tomorrow morning at around 5 o'clock in the morning in Andrews, North Carolina, we'll stop at the Ingalls grocery store that's there, and we'll fill this up with some more additional stuff. But that's just kind of the staple stuff that we're bringing from the house here. And that's it for the dry goods plano box. Want to show you guys real quick underneath the cargo tray, like I was saying. That's how that's set up. And then in between the cargo tray and the rear seats, this is that little compartment. That's how that's set up. I am bringing these quick cleaner wipes because it does get mighty dusty in here, and just in case I wanted to, you know, clean it off, then I can. Another important piece to mention as far as recovery goes, this is my portable air compressor. Cheap little portable air compressor that you can get off of Amazon there. I'm sure that'll prove useful when airing down and airing back up. Okay, so let's take a look at the sleeping setup. So I've got a Coleman sleeping pad right there. I've got a Lightspeed 2-person air mattress right here. I've got a 4-person Sundome Coleman tent, which is a great tent, used that last time. And Lauren, a friend of ours, actually let us borrow her big tent, which is, you can stand up in it, which is going to be nice. So, looking forward to that deal. That's it right there. Now comes the fun part. Let's put all this shit inside the 4Runner. And here she is, all packed up, ready to go. As you can see, everything fits right nicely. I try to keep the rattles down to a bare minimum. I'm probably going to end up taking those off because they do make quite a bit of racket. As you can see, everything's pretty strapped down there. In case you guys are wondering, I didn't mention this. That is the original battery that came out the 4Runner. I've got it charged up. I'm going to bring it with us just as a safety precaution in case we need it. That's a battery box to put it in there. Up on top, I've got the recovery boards all strapped down. Everything's ready to go. Got my shovel all strapped up, ready to go there. And now the only thing that we're missing now, for the most part, is the luggage that we're gonna take. So I've got mine right there for the most part. All I'm missing is just a couple pair of shoes. Put those in there, and probably some hats, because as you guys may know, I've got hats for days. And we're gonna hope that Christy doesn't take any more than that little bit of a space there for her luggage. So you guys know, just kind of a point of reference, I've packed enough luggage for about a week and a half. So about a week and a half worth of luggage, both warm weather and cold weather. So that's what we got, and that's what we're working with. Something else that I'm bringing with me here is my net setup. For those that have seen that in the past, it's basically a net that goes over this window, held in place on the outside by these magnets. Should we have to sleep in the car, this is for good ventilation, and then of course some more bug spray. So, alright, so as you can see, that's it. We're all packed up, we're ready to go. Our first stop will be Andrews, North Carolina tomorrow morning. At 5 o'clock in the morning, we will depart Lexington, South Carolina, and get to Andrews, North Carolina in approximately 4 or 5 hours, 4.5 hours, something like that. From there, we'll stop at the Ingles grocery store where we plan on filling up the fridge and everything. And man, we're just super stoked. We hope that you follow along. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully I helped you out in packing for your next great adventure. Again, you don't need all the crazy stuff that I got. You know, a lot of the stuff that I got is all luxury stuff. So you don't necessarily need all this stuff to go camping, but it is cool to have. And we'll be prepared. So stay tuned, have fun, and peace.